around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. There's an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. Check, 1, 2, ayy, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ayy, yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a high king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Not much just popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awakened, I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your mouths is just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy. Just invest in mine like a broker. New money coming soon. Your last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I took the phone that they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Benny's all blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Benny's all blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Benny's all blue, but the product is green. Where I come from, streets is made of gold. Trapping like the new me, won't rap like the old me. On my back like Yoshi, yeah. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna owe me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, rap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna owe me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, rap on my back like I am Yoshi. Can't beat them, join them. One life, enjoy it. Live like you royal, hell with purpose, let's destroy it. You think I'm joking? It's every word that's spoken. And rap these days is trapping craze, can get away with anything with 808s. They spell and pray and swell your brain, you fade away. Your soul decay, they dig and graze. I'm A-okay, just fast and pray. There'll come a day, a price to pay like Sally May, you in debt. So cast away your regrets, I digress. They regress, they treat girls like objects. They play around like recess. This rap game is nonsense. They big mad cause we bless. A goon to a goblin, you offset, I onset. I'm onset with wine in my goblet. You whining for God, I just pulled out the projects assigned to these haters. I feed off your comments, shake greed off my palms and take knees like I'm Colin. Take heat or just rot and just bleed while you falling in. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna owe me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, rap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna owe me, but now they owe me. Bag y'all like groceries, rap on my back like I am Yoshi. Sitting waiting sitting, waiting, sinning lately, getting lazy, lighting up, you getting hazy. Kinda light just doesn't faze me, hating things that rap portraying. Ricky Bobby shaking bacon, Ricky Bobby shaking, me and Evo breaking up. I just hung up on the plug. Look at me like, why you bugging? Now they all like, what the what? Look at them like, why you thugging? Want my soul, want my gifts, want my heart for fame and money. Gotta admit, I almost did it. Turn around and started running. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Back y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi. Trapping like new me, boom bap like old me. Too bad they know me, they wanna own me, but now they owe me. Back y'all like groceries, wrap on my back like I am Yoshi.
He's heating up!
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Long time no see.
All you have to do is stop putting garbage in your face hole. Can you do that?
Fat fuck.
Discrimination.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Oh, Norman.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 3064 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes? Bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos. It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you be.
It's the fucking Catalina wine, man.
All right, rocking the Beetlejuiced merch. We still got buy one, get one, 50% off. And I saw some of you commenting, how's the little felon today? She is still absolutely 150,000% in puppy prison. She is there, snuggled and safe, and she is still busted. But she got I thought I was going to punish her, and she was punished, and we decided kale for a month. Just kale for a month. No more beef. Maybe we'll give her some veggies. Maybe we'll give her some chicken. But decided, you know what? You had a stressful day. She got her beef. She got her treats. And she was for the streets, dreaming of that street life. Yeah. So because she was brought to a rescue, she's been a little bit fatigued. But since they brought her to a rescue, they gave her that like 5-in-1 vaccine, which I was not happy about. But of course, they got to do that for any dog that they intake, I suppose. So she's not really as active, and she wasn't hesitant to jump up on the beanbag and stuff. So she's a little bit fatigued, but also the stress from yesterday. So I think how Mama Swolio and I were stressed out and exhausted and wiped out. Imagine what she was going through because she was running around in the rain and under cars. And, you know, that girl that picked her up was trying to, it wasn't like Pinkston just stopped and let her pick her up. So she was hiding under a car, and she had 2 of her other classmates try to help her. So she was being quote unquote, you know, chased maybe by people she didn't know. So she's just a little bit stressed out, and who knows, maybe she tried to jump up on something and tweaked her back hip, or, you know, plus getting the injection. So anyway, she's fine, and she's eating and she's drinking and she's good, but she's just a little bit stressed out, I think. So she's been sleeping a lot, and every time we pick her up, she's just a little bit, you can tell she's off a little bit, but she's definitely just tired and fatigued. You could see she's still not 100% yet, but that's neither here nor there. She's here, and that's all that matters. So thanks for all the concerns, and she's still good. But today we are dealing with a swole storm. And my goodness, did it rain? Did it pour last night? And it's going to be windy today and rainy. It already is, but it's going to be even more windy and more rainy tomorrow. And for those that don't know, there's a big storm, hurricane coming for the West Coast, not us, but we're going to get some bands of wind and rain. So I got to go take care of the equipment outside, and hopefully the canopies don't rip, and cover up the machines with some tarps just in case they do. But I can't even imagine if we didn't have her back last night with like the rain coming down, just not knowing if she was, obviously she was safe, but not knowing where she was. She could be outside in a storm and windy. Oh, it would have been a mess. It would have been a mess. So we're grateful. And it's hard not to think, like, imagine if we didn't, but it also is good to reference that for the gratitude and just appreciate. I keep checking down, like, okay, she's there. She's actually there. And I go reach down. I'm like, okay, she's here. She's there. Proof of church. That's what we call proof of church. Mama Sloyo's at work, so I sent her a text message. I said, proof of church. Proof of churchy. She's here, and she's good. So again, if you don't know, you can check yesterday's episode, went through it all, but we got a good night's sleep. Slept like a brick. So that being said, let's get into today's episode. Babe, just an inch. We got some tip. It's cold outside. All right, couple posts. We got an accountability post. We got a couple from Inside Swolenormous X. And let's take the first one from the Telegram chat from Melinda. Melinda to the main stage. Melinda to the main stage. The last few days have been like hell, and I feel like so much is about to change, but in a good way. All I want to say is 8 hours of sleep is magical. We finally settled at home with my son after that big bang he took on Friday. I had to arrange a lot of things at home so that he had enough space to move around in his crutches. I'm glad I have caregiver skills to direct my son through this time. It is so interesting how at one point I thought about becoming a physical therapist, and now I will gain personal experience at home. I'm going to stay strong and get stronger through this as we heal and grow together. Have a mindful Monday. I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't know the story. So glad to hear that everything is on the up and up and you're doing well. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I didn't see that because, yeah, yesterday was stressful, so maybe I missed the story. But if anyone can fill me in, I'm glad to hear that things are going better. Swole fans been going through it lately, huh? Let's see. Leah on Express Goodnight Yin on Swolenormous X. My dog loves watching your co-instructor. When Nala leaves the room, my dog looks behind the TV to see where she went. Excellent, relaxing class enjoyed by everyone in my house. That's wonderful. This is Alex's dog, and she's one of our instructors inside Swolenormous X. If you don't know, you can check out memberships. And again, I know I keep edging all of you, but the app is moving along. It's moving along. And this is one of the things, the reason why this is taking longer than some of the other things is when you're developing an app and there's a lot more complicated code. This is one of the reasons why we moved on the app now, because of the team and stuff that we brought on board. But before, I like to have control of what we're doing. So it takes a little bit more time because we have to submit requests and have the developers actually put this into practice, because it has to be done a certain way so that Apple, so it's Apple approved and it's within the guidelines of what won't get banned or removed from the App Store. Because the last thing I want to do is have the app go live, you all download it, and then something happens and it gets removed from the store and there's a problem. So it has to be done to a certain standard. And of course, certain things are legally or contract binding between the app stores and what we are allowed to do. So that's the only thing. You know, I want things back and forth. And the other thing is that the time zones are different. I think this team is in Australia or New Zealand, so it's like a 12-hour difference. So when it's daytime here, it's nighttime there. So we have to wait to the next day. So it just takes a little bit of some back and forth, but things are going well. It's improving. We're still waiting on some other things for the bugs. So that being said, Tanya says on the program vault, click here when you complete week 4. So these are the quizzes and the checkpoints to move on to the next phase of the program. Tanya says, going to start week 5 tomorrow. I took extra rest days for week 4, but that's okay. I feel great. Don't have any injuries. My mobility has improved. Week 4 was a win. That's what we like to hear. And accountability text from this past Sunday. Emilian says, sticking to my nutrition and being mindful for this week. Meditation on the fact that avoiding numbness and facing the pain that leads to face fucking will lead to a true solution to heal that pain, which will allow me to stick to eating like I have some goddamn sense and focusing on my training just as well. There is no running away from what needs to be done. Hashtag burn the ships and hashtag GTTFG. That's what I like to hear. I agree. Now, if you don't know what the burn the ships, burn the boats, what that is, the context is sailors or explorers. When you find a new territory and you're going to set up shop, you burn the ships, so you have no other option but to survive. And I actually did that myself, and it's important to do that with a business. I still had a client or a couple private clients when I was doing, when I first, was starting off with Swolenormous, and we had the Swolenormous, the private group, and things were just kind of kicking off. Even though I could have done, it was only a couple hours a week, but I canceled those clients. I said, I'm no longer training because I needed to go all in. I needed Swolenormous. I needed the business to be my 100%. And if it failed, then I didn't eat. So it had to be something where I was going all in. So burn the ships, burn the boats means essentially you're exploring, you land, you burn the boats because there's no going back. You don't want people maybe deserting and taking the boats. You don't want that option because then you're not going to go all in. You're not going to you're not going to be forced to survive and to be successful with your colony and so forth. So it's a good psychological approach. And if you're going to make it work, you have to be all in. MakeEmailSwoleAgain.com. If you're not on the email list, please go there, MakeEmailSwoleAgain.com. And before we actually get into a couple of emails, take a moment, leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcast. If you don't know, this is available everywhere. You could watch the video on Spotify as well as listen. It's the best place to consume the podcast. I highly recommend Spotify. And of course, you can do an Apple Podcast, but leave a 5-star review if you haven't already. Of course, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button if you're watching on Rumble or YouTube, but definitely make sure that you head on over to your podcast app and leave a 5-star review if you enjoy the show, because it helps tremendously. So not only does YouTube have recommendations or Rumble, but podcasts also. Hey, you might also like to listen to this. You might also like to listen to that. I don't suspect that I get a lot of those recommendations, but it would help. If a lot of people are leaving more positive reviews and engaging and leaving reviews, it's free. It's just like hitting the thumbs up button, and it helps a lot. So if you haven't done so, even if you like to watch, I would recommend. I'm very grateful for those of you that are leaving a 5-star review on the podcast apps. What I think about CrossFit, Brian responds to that email and says, my job in the military requires plenty of heavy pushing and pulling. The first 10 years was easy from 21 to 30 years old. Then the poor nutrition and sedentary lifestyle made the job painful. At 38, I noticed the more heavy resistance training that I did, the less aches and pains I experienced, and started to lift to build strength. Smart man. Now I'm 41, eating right, lifting consistently, and life has never been easier. My goal is to keep doing this job I love so much until I'm 60, which is the mandatory retirement age, and I'll do it by putting on my GTTFG hat, lifting heavy 4 to 5 days a week on a push-pull leg split, eating obscene amounts of meat and veggies, and spend 7 to 8 hours staring at the back of my eyelids, aka going to motherfucking sleep. That's what I like to hear. Good man. All right. Now this one is from SH, Wake Up You Beesh. And this is based on the ringtone. Hey, Papa, I just had to let you know I downloaded the, quote, wake up you beesh ringtone / alarm. While I have not been able to figure out how to use it with my iPhone, I had to tell you. My daughters and I listened to it on repeat in the car all the way to school, and they were both clapping and singing along like it was a kid's song. Yes, they understood the words and they know not to say it at school. Yeah, right. The philosophy in our home is that you can use, quote, house words, i.e. say what you want without fear, because there are much worse things kids can be doing than saying fuck, and I personally don't care inside of my own home. Anywho, you gave us all a fun ride and clap along song today. Also, my youngest said to tell you, quote, he just needs more clapping at the end with go to the fucking gym. Again, like a kid's song. Have a fan-fucking-tastic Tuesday. I love it. Now, you all might have different opinions about what language your kids use, but here's my take on it, or at least my experience being a child at one point. Believe it or not, I was jacked and yoked as a child. Of course, I came out in the double bicep. I was like, just flexing on these beaches. But I was allowed to swear inside the house. And the home videos are funny. If I don't even know where they are, but home videos are funny of me swearing, playing like Nintendo and swearing at the screen. I'm like, fuck, all this stuff. Because I grew up in New York City, in the Village, in Manhattan. And you go down the street and you hear people like, screaming and yelling outside at night. They're swearing all the time. So I was exposed to this language just by default because you're living in a city. And, this was the 80s. It was like, late 80s. So it wasn't cleaned up by Giuliani yet. So there were a lot of fucking people just screaming and crazy people walking down the street. Kind of like it is now. So you hear these things in the city. So you're going to say them at home. Say them at home. So I was allowed to say whatever, but obviously not outside. But, things might slip out, but to each their own. And as long as they understand that, because a lot of times kids want to say things that they're not allowed to say. You can't say that. What do you want to do? You want to act out. You want to say that. So it's definitely a parenting strategy. Say it at home. Just can't say it outside. And then they can get it out and swear like crazy. But then they're in their house. Sounds like a fucking pirate ship, But everyone's going to do it a different way. And that's one option. So you can drop in the comments what your thoughts are on that. Let's see. Jen says, LMFAO, we're like sailors at home, but both the kids know not to say anything that we do at home. Slips every now and then, but we don't get mad at all. Look, it's also hypocrisy too, right? You say this stuff at home or you watch the show or they hear you like, oh, fucking right. And then you're going to say, don't say that. Well, how come you can say it? Well, because I'm an adult. It's like, kids don't like hypocrisy. When you're eating some garbage and they want to eat it too, you're like, no, you can't have it. What do they want to do? They want to sneak it. They want to eat it at their friend's house. They want to do these kinds of things. So there's a lot of different opinions about like being the cool parent and like, oh, you can do this stuff here. But I would prefer to have kids over, not that they're going to eat crap and do drugs and drink alcohol, but I would like to be the house, for example, be the place where the kids want to hang out. That way you actually know where they are and you can, I think it's also a good strategy to be the place where the kids want to hang out because then you know where they are and you are able to keep an eye on them and know the ins and outs of what's happening at school or in their social life and be plugged in. Because we all know what happens when parents aren't plugged in. They're not paying attention. Your kid comes home one day thinking they're a boy or a girl, like the opposite, and they're piercing their hair and shaving their head and they go down that road because they just want attention and they already got brainwashed and trapped by either teachers or social media or their friends and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Sheena says, my kids never swore at home until they're over 18. They probably cursed like a sailor with their friends. Let's see. PK says, I don't see the point in censoring kids when parents are too lazy to hold themselves at a higher standard. Just don't say it if you don't want them to reflect it. That's also true. So again, if you're saying it and they hear you but they can't say it, or you're being a hypocrite. But if you live by example and you don't say it at home, they're also less likely to, if they're not exposed to it, they're less likely to say that stuff outside. Now I'm going to have a hell of a time because you're just going to, you go online when they're older and I'm saying like, we have like the PP song and DWG. Internet's forever. So I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to hide it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Jen says, I want them all here in my home. My daughter isn't allowed outside these walls. I know the 411 at school, backpack, phone checks. I'm all up in the business. Smart. And of course, they have to feel safe that they can talk to you, that you're not just going to punish them when things happen. You want that to be a two-way communication, because then you'll know at the first hint of anything going sideways. It's language. It's language. And you guys know that the research and all like a lot of times they say that people that swear are more intelligent. I don't think that's always the case, but I do think it's descriptive. I do think it's language. It's how you use the language. And obviously how you talk doesn't necessarily reflect on intelligence always. But just because I say fuck doesn't mean I can't. Just because I say fuck doesn't mean I don't know how to use the term ubiquitous. My language is full of ubiquitous fuckery. That's kind of redundant, but whatever. Anyway, let's get into some questions. If you want to call into the show, hashtag ask, or go to askpapaswolio.com. You want to call into the show, go to Ask Papa Swolio. You want to call into the show, askpapaswolio.com. If you want to ask a live question, use the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. There we go. Got it. Jesus Christ. I'm Matt Damoning today.
Matt Damon.
All right, let's get into the first question from Shitstagram. Please ask me live questions. That way we can take more. I'm not seeing any comments from YouTube, so I don't know if the chat's loading up, but you can head on over to Rumble. Rumble.com/TheDailySwole. Michael asks, I'm just starting out lifting. What's a good bulking plan? I want to be natural and stay away from gear. Good man, I am the same way currently. A good bulking plan, you just want to put on muscle. So you need to eat enough protein. You can aim for a gram per pound of body weight. That's a good ballpark, especially for bulking. And then the rest can come from fat and carbohydrates. Meat and fruit, my recommendation. But it's really about progressive overload. So learn how to train properly and recover properly. Sleep, high quality food, elimination diet, animal-based products, grass-fed beef, pastured eggs, to the highest quality you can. And lifting is progressive overload, adding weight or adding reps. And bulking is just building muscle. You don't want to get fat. Bulking doesn't mean getting fat. It doesn't, you will put on some body fat with the muscle. You're not just going to get big and shredded without taking sauce at the same time. But you definitely can put on size. You just don't have to worry about being as lean as possible. But if you eat really shitty or eat a lot of excess, way too much, you're trying to bulk, you only need 3,000 calories to bulk, you know, given the quality protein. Let's say total, you're getting a gram per pound of body weight and you're getting total 3,000 calories, for example. You don't want to be eating 5,000 calories because, one, in order to get 5,000 calories, you're either eating 9 times a day or you're also getting ultra processed foods in order to pack that in, and you're going to get fat. You don't want to get fat. You want to put on muscle. So think about, instead of bulking, you want to put on muscle. And that's going to be with increasing your strength, adding reps for a given weight, or adding weight for a given amount of reps. I agree with Elizabeth in the Telegram chat. I'd rather my kids say fuck than the skibbity toilet Ohio Riz bullshit vocabulary. Absolute brain rot. I agree. I'd rather my child say fuck or shit than any kind of stupid slang. I agree. No brain rot. That's absolute brain rot. Launchpad McDrift instead of Launchpad McQuack. How do you fix an elbow pain? Trying to get bigger biceps aggravated my elbow. Well, elbow pain is vague. It could be medial epicondylitis. It could be lateral epicondylitis. It could be something else going on. In terms of bigger biceps aggravated your elbow, your form, I mean, you really shouldn't be having elbow pain, but I would assume it could be some kind of imbalance. You're not working your pronators enough. I don't know what exercise you're doing, but if you have some kind of forearm imbalance, if it's medial or lateral epicondylitis, you can use a TheraBar. That's a great way to eccentrically load the forearm extensors or flexors and do some rehab. You could get into some club swinging, dead hangs, things that might overall benefit you. So saying elbow pain is vague. If I had some more details as to what aggravated and what exercise it bothers you with, maybe I can deduct or deduce from that what the issue might be. Of course, you're just texting on Instagram, so it's limited text character limit, I know. So I'm just putting stuff out there. But sorry to hear about that. Okay, Gwen asks, why are the food manufacturers allowed to poison American citizens? That's a great question. And the problem is subsidies. So essentially, it's a communist system, government sending out subsidies to farmers for monocrop agriculture, corn and soy, and they get kind of like a baseline amount from the government because it's otherwise they wouldn't be able to make a profit with the garbage crop that they're producing. So which destroys the topsoil, and we need to get fertilizer. So that's one thing, but also the kickbacks to the food industry, and this is a big problem. It's like money laundering. So if you understand how the kind of entitlement programs, the EBT program and stuff like that, if you know anything about it, you can't use EBT cards and stuff like that for quality foods. You have to buy this ultra processed garbage. So it's a way to backdoor, just essentially just grift money and funnel money to the big food companies. So if the government is giving out quote unquote free, I say free money because it's not free. We pay for it with inflation. We pay for it with our tax dollars. And if you're only allowed to buy stuff that's made by Kraft or Nestle and this ultra processed garbage, then those companies are making the money. It's essentially the government cutting a check to the big food companies. So it's a big grift, and it's criminal. It's a criminal enterprise. So honestly, there's nothing that the government does better than the private sector, except oppression of the people. That's what the government does best. National security, fine. But we already know private enterprise does better than, Elon Musk. He's done better with like the electric grid and renewable, cars and stuff like that. Obviously it used gas to power the electric. It's a whole big scam, the whole Green New Deal and all that garbage. But he's done better than any other industry. SpaceX is superior to NASA in every way. So, and all these big government contractors, of course, they get paid by the government in contracts, but it still was, privately owned. So, yeah, it's a big grift. It's a big grift. Government gives out free money. It funnels to these big food companies, gets you sick, and guess who profits off it? Big pharma. So they're all in there circle jerking. So why? Money and power and control. And also, essentially, it sterilizes the population. It's unfortunate, and it's not a conspiracy theory, that there is an anti-human agenda. If you're trying to poison people, pump them full of drugs, get them on subscriptions for life, the incentives are towards that. So I'm not saying every single person is like, we're going to kill humanity, but that's the outcome, right? The same people that are pro-big food, pro-big pharma, the Democratic Party shift, are also pro-abortion. They're trying to literally kill babies in the womb, destroy sperm counts and fertilization, right? These experimental gene therapies fucks up women, pregnancy, goes right to your ovaries and your heart, fucks up your heart. Like all these things just lead to. So you could say it's all about the money, but it's also about getting people sick. All the incentives are backwards. The incentives are to get people sick and hooked onto these garbage addictive foods, and also these garbage addictive and compulsive pharmaceuticals. So I wouldn't say they're allowed. I mean, they shouldn't be allowed, but the thing is, we have a choice. So if we think it's going to start from the top down, it would help if RFK is, Trump gets in and RFK starts, chopping heads, figuratively speaking. What we really need to do is what Elon did with Twitter, the change to X, is get rid of 95% of government. No joke. Like, you're not going to notice anything. You get rid of 90% of government, you won't notice a fucking hiccup. You won't notice anything in your day-to-day life except more money and things getting a lot better. You won't notice anything. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Oh, is the DMV? The DMV is like the ultimate cliche for a hot fucking mess. Who here looks forward to going to the DMV? No one. But if you have it local or state run or for private enterprise, it would be the most efficient fucking thing. Beep, 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 beep. It'll be so much better than anything government run. No one wants to go to the city. No one wants to submit something to the government. It's all a big drag. It keeps on getting inflated. They keep on adding jobs so they can print more money and use as an excuse to fluff their pillow, but it's garbage. And the reason why you have so much spider webbery, when it's so confusing and no one really knows what the fuck is going on, there's so many things you have to go through and pass through. It makes it so confusing. You can't argue it. You can't fight it. You can't be litigious about it because you'll just get gummed up. And when you can print your own money, when the government can print the money, you can't defend against the government. They could just be like, well, we're going to fight you in court. We'll just print some more money. We'll just spend it. And then you have to try to come up with $100,000 or $150,000. They can just stretch it out for years and years and years. That's why most people just settle, because if you're going up against the government, you're just fucked. You don't have enough money because they have unlimited money. It's gross. It's gross. Okay, we can talk about that forever. Floor checks. Papa Swole, how do you know when you need to up the weight at the gym? Whenever you can. Whenever you can. I don't go above like 8 reps, really. I try to keep it more towards like 4 to 5. But if my reps start getting to like 6 or 7, I add weight. So I keep it between 4 and 8 reps. If I do get up to like 9 or 10, okay. I mean, I increase it. Some exercises I'll do maybe like 6 to 10 reps. And that might be something like forearms, or it might be some exercise. Sometimes I'll do like a set of calves might go between 6 and 10. So if it's not like, oh, 4 reps, it's above it, I change the weight. But if I start getting towards like 6, 7, 8 reps, I'll usually increase the weight. Sometimes if I'm doing a tricep exercise, or if I'm doing maybe a bicep curl with like cables, I might do 6 or 7 reps. Doesn't mean you can't do 3 or 4, but sometimes the loading, you have to work your way up to getting to that kind of intensity. But of course, the heavier the load, the more reps you could leave in the tank. Like I usually try to do everything between 0 and 1 reps in reserve. So most people that say, hey, when you need to up the weights, most people are doing what? What would you say is the most, for what you see on the internet, and for what, forget about what we talk about here, because most people don't talk about what we talk about. For people that you know at the gym, how many reps would you say the average person that you see in the gym, how many reps would you say they're doing? Forget about how close to failure we know most people don't train hard. But what would you say the rep scheme is? What would you say most people, and some of you, if you go to powerlifting gyms, you might be like, well, people do a certain way. But what would you say the average person, what the rep range is? When they go to the gym, how many reps do they do for a set? Forget about how many sets, but what is our rep range for a set? Tib Yee, how to find the inner strength to not give up. You don't find the inner strength to not give up. You don't give up and build that inner strength. Discipline. You build that inner strength by not giving up. You don't just like, I'm going to find it. You never find that. You create it. You forge it. So you're not going to find it. So you keep looking, where's that inner strength? No, just stop quitting. And then you forge that inner strength. Sheena says 15 to 20. Your mom's house says 10 to 12. Charles, 111983. How old is Pinky? Pinkston, Churchill, Swolio. Oh, look at that sweet baby. She is almost 3. So in a couple months, she'll be 3 years old. Hashtag Swolestorm for a chance to win today's Swole card. She's almost 3. Almost 3. So cute. So cute. She's tucked in. Oh, are we getting we're bellies. Oh, we're back. Oh, we're back. Pinkston Churchill is back. Remember yesterday I was trying to get bellies and I didn't really get bellies? Now we're getting bellies. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's get some air horn. Pinkston's back. Pinkston's back. Gratuitous pink shot. Yeah. Belly rubs. We got the belly rubs. You almost didn't get belly rubs ever again. You almost never. Don't go anywhere. Don't go running off, because then you're not going to get any belly rubs. Sheena says, can't imagine her as a puppy. She must have been tiny. Oh, she was super tiny. She was super tiny. I need to weigh her again, because I'm not sure what she weighs now, but she's like 5 pounds. When we put on the flyer and we're looking for, we put 5 pounds. But she was really small. Like fucking small. Fucking small. All right, I can't. Well, I'll rub you. I'll keep rubbing you. I'll keep rubbing you off the screen. Give her some beef. I did. I did. I gave her some beef for the bellies. I did. I said I was going to give her kale. And I said she wasn't going to be able to go outside until 2025, but she went outside again. But the whole area where she like had run off to, I'm standing there like, don't even fucking think about it. Don't even think about it. I'm not taking my eyes off you a moment. Now it's like I take her out. I'm like glued onto her. And then I put her back inside. Cool. She's locked in. She's locked in. There you go. She's so cute. Thank you, Katie. She's so cute. I'm happy she's home. Oh, we couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier. I saved the videos from our front door camera because I had gone onto one of those sites like Paw Boost, I think it was. People were mentioning it in the comments, which I really appreciated. I really appreciate that people were commenting things to do. Hey, have you signed up for this? Have you signed up for that? So I did. I signed up and I paid like $100 to put her like the top pup, in the area. And right after I did that, I have 2 videos of Mama Swole coming over and sitting next to me. I put my arm around her like out front. And then the next video was her getting the text, like, and she got a text message and someone's like, whatever. Oh, I think someone said they found this, blah, blah, blah. And then she got the picture and she's like, oh, it's Pinky, it's Pinky. And she shows me and I drop my phone. I'm like, oh my God. I wasn't relaxed until we finally picked her up because you never know. It's like until she's in my arms. But yeah, it was good. Yeah, she was small. And she's back. She's back to the frozen church, the frozen belly. All right. I'll give you more. Rub your bellies. You're home safe. You're home safe. Only get the belly rubs. Good question. Let's get into this one. Kara Alexis 03, Papa Swole, where do you buy the food you eat? There's a few places where I recommend to get the raw dairy. Plus, we have some local farms and stuff, which are great. Farmers markets where you can get grass-fed beef and raw dairy down here. And I recommend going to realmilk.com because if you find a spot that has raw milk, then you might also, a lot of times raw milk, they might also have grass-fed beef from the same farm because sometimes they'll have a small contract and a little small freezer or fridge area where they have raw dairy. And then the place also brings in some grass-fed beef. So a lot of times, if you've noticed, you go someplace like a farmer's market and they have raw milk, they're also oftentimes going to have some quality meat. So you can go to US Wellness Meats, Grassland Beef, same thing. Grasslandbeef.com, I believe. That's great grass-fed and finished beef. You can get organs and all sorts of stuff. Dutch Meadows Farms and Miller's Biofarm. And those 2 places are in Pennsylvania. Grassland Beef, I believe, is in Missouri. And those are great places. There's also Agridime. I've never used them, but there's Butcher Box. There's White Oak Pastures. So you can go and see what is local or in your area or has the stuff that you need. And also if you just Google it or DuckDuckGo it or, use Brave, search, whatever you want to use, and you look up grass-fed. There's a lot of other smaller farms that do that. And you could also go on, was it Public Square? So you can go in these places and also type in beef and grass-fed beef and find other places. So sometimes if something doesn't have something, you can order some things and you'll find that. You'll find some stuff from here and some stuff for here and some stuff for here. So, you might find a few things and order different things from different places. Both my hands are free. Yeah. Wild Pastures. Also, there's, I think, Force of Nature is a good one. But of course, you go to Whole Foods and sometimes you could buy some of these products. So I think Force of Nature is a good place. You can get organs in your meat. So there's really so many. There's more and more of these places popping up and much more than I probably just said. So it's good. You can help small businesses. And if you can find these places near where you live, then you just help your local community. So it's better if you could find these places local in your state. Look at this. She's not even currently getting belly rubs. She's locked in. Oh, it's good. It's the first time she turned over for belly rubs. So like she's feeling better. Oh my goodness. That was the hardest part yesterday. I was walking in here. I went to the bathroom and like I see the bed just on this. If I was sitting here for the show, I couldn't do it and just have like the bed empty. And plus we have a major storm coming like tonight and tomorrow. And if we didn't know where she was, that would have been a nightmare. It was already a nightmare. It was already bad enough. All right, let's go balls deep. Here we go. That's deep. That's deep, indeed. Indeed, nothing and no one, not a person, not a single person goes deeper than us. No one goes deeper than us. No one. All right, pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Drop it in the comentarios. Number Schwam, number Stu, or number 3. We'll get into a couple of videos, see if I have anything that I've been sharing. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. Let's go with Your Mom's House, number 3. Ooh. Oh boy. We're starting off with literally the gooch. We're starting off with the gooch today.
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck,
Elizabeth goes
and
3.
the Tyrannical Tuck.
Sheena says 3. Brennan 3. Jen 3. Cupcakes, positive charisma. Okay, this is called trans bikini bottoms. So, you've been warned.
This is the ruby shaping bikini bottom in pink. It will make you feel confident and the girl or the person that you are at the beach and when you're swimming.
Rubies is a line of activewear. It's geared towards younger trans people, mainly kids, ages 4 to 15. And
I'm just going to pause right there. There's no such thing as a trans kid. There's no such thing. There is no such thing as a trans child. That's just abuse. That's child abuse. That's mental disorder. That's Munchausen's or Transhausen's by proxy. That's disgusting. That's just parental neglect and adult grooming. No such thing as a trans child. There might be an effeminate boy. The parents sucking down tons of soy and phthalates and plastics and BPA and all this toxic shit and estrogens and birth control and tap water. When the parent is unhealthy and the kid is just fed frosted fucking flakes that spray with atrazine and glyphosate, Alex Jones was right. I mean, this is literally...
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Atrazine was changing the sex of frogs. So this is what's going on. That guy is obviously a pedophile. I suspect. Maybe not accused, but you don't make trans bottoms for kids unless you're a fucking sick person. If you're an adult, you're a sick fuck. So there's no such thing as a trans child. They don't even, a child would not even know that's a thing because it's not a thing, but they wouldn't even be aware of it unless you told them. So this is the problem. That's what grooming is. Okay, there's more.
4 to 15.
4 to 15.
And it's really to help them feel comfortable and confident doing the activities they love. One day she just came to me and said, Dad, I want to wear a bikini just like my friends. So, okay. I start to look around and just see what is there out there.
So this guy's obviously a tool bag. He's gay as hell. So his child is a boy pretending to be a girl. I don't know. I want to wear a bikini. No, you're not wearing a fucking bikini. But this dude is obviously, I don't know, diddling his kid. Something gross. But he's not a straight man. No way.
For kids like Ruby. And really understand, is this a problem only we're experiencing, or is this something that's sort of universal for many trans kids?
No such thing. Yeah, it's universal. It's a social contagion.
Before I was wearing bikini bottoms and before he came up with this idea.
Oh, who came up with the idea? Oh.
I felt really insecure and I didn't feel like myself.
What? So what we do know is that most of this issue is just puberty anxiety. When you go through puberty, hormones are going crazy. So you feel confused and stressed out and your body's, quote, changing, right? Remember that old chestnut? Yeah. So instead of facilitating mental disorders and the parents like, oh, no, you're the opposite. You're something different. Oh, okay. The kids don't know. You're supposed to lead them, supposed to parent them, not physically and psychologically abuse them.
And like I wasn't feeling comfortable at the beach.
Okay. Another pause. Why would you let a child wear this? Seriously, why would you let... This is fucking weird. A child should not be... I don't know how old this boy is or whatever the fuck. A child shouldn't be wearing a two-piece. Like, if you're a young girl, what do you wear? You wear those little, like... You would wear shorts, right? You'd wear, like, I don't know, like the exercise type shorts to the beach. You're not going to use, like, a fucking bikini. Like, you're going to wear something a little bit more... Okay, whatever.
At the pool, and after this business, like now I can go to the pool and to the beach feeling confident and like the girl that I am. I think it's great that I can be part of like a brand.
This poor child.
It helps me, but it also helps kids just like me, because there's been a lot of kids who have stopped doing things that they love. When they buy rubies, they have a new bikini bottom, and they feel confident in the girl that they are, or whatever gender they want to be.
Okay, a little church.
Aww.
Little pinks. A little sweet pinks to cleanse the palate. Still locked in. All right, hashtag SwoleStorm. Gross on so many levels. Why'd you all pick number 3? Jen says, my cousin's sister-in-law has a son that little by little comes around looking more like a little girl every time I see him. It's so sad. I still address him as a boy. Fuck that. It's a boy. It's a boy. Gross. Okay, number 1 or number 2? Let me see. Let me see if I'm going to call an audible on this one. Ew. Oh, we got some fat stuff. So no more weird trans stuff. I should have known and done that one last. So no more trans stuff. Just fat stuff. So Positive Charisma says number 2. Let's do this one. Stereotypes about fat people. Let's see how many of these stereotypes we talked about yesterday. A lot of stereotypes are stereotypes because they're true. A lot of stereotypes are true. When I say true, otherwise, you have to understand and think about why something is a stereotype. When I say true, it doesn't mean that it's true across the board, but there's a lot of truth in the stereotype. That's a reason why there's a stereotype, is because a predominance of that behavior or characteristic for whatever you're using the stereotype for. Usually it's because there's a reason. Why is that reason? Let's investigate. No, stereotypes are bad. A lot of times there's a reason for it.
Hi there, this is just a friendly reminder that if you look at every single fat person and you automatically think they're addicted to food.
Yep. Well, you eat a lot of it. If you're a fat person, you're addicted to bad behaviors. And when you say addicted, you just predominantly do behaviors that lead you to being obese and morbidly obese and fat. That's what it is. It's a result of your habits. Whether you're technically addicted, you're trying to aside this morality because addiction is bad. You're saying we're bad people. I'm saying you have bad habits. Continue.
Guess what? That means you are fat phobic. That means you have fat phobia.
Wrong.
That means that you do not see people, like fat people, as human beings.
What? You're retarded. That's retarded.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
She doesn't know that. It doesn't mean that you don't see... When I see a fat person, I know what their habits are. I understand what their lifestyle is like. They could be in the process of getting healthier, but I know what led them to that point. It wasn't eating steak and lifting heavy weights and getting quality sleep and doing cardio and getting sunlight. And it wasn't doing these things for decades. It was doing the opposite. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fat. I don't understand why you would think not see fat people as human beings. I do see them as human beings. I see them as fat human beings. Like, what are you talking about? You don't see them as human beings. I do. I see them as a lot of human being. They're a lot of human.
You see us as failures. You see us as people that are less than.
So this is her own internal dialogue. She hates herself and she thinks she's less than, and she sees herself as a failure. That's on her. I don't see fat people as failures, but they definitely have failed to eat healthy, go to the fucking gym, and take care of proper habits. It's okay to fail. When I say it's okay to fail, it's a thing that happens. You're not successful at being healthy. I can see it.
And it means that you need to unlearn your fat phobic and
I'm going to keep pausing this because it's so stupid. I have to unlearn. I have to unlearn my bias because you don't eat healthy. You want to eat cake. You want your cake. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, apparently you can. You want your cake and you want some fucking icing and you want a side of ice cream and you want a Twinkie and then you want, you know, some greasy McDonald's fries. Like, you want all the cake, all the cake. And of course, when you tell someone's morbidly obese from their face and their upper, like their neck and trap region, when you see no clavicles, when you don't see any discernment of body parts, you don't know where her shoulder starts and her traps start and end. It's just like a circle with a head on top. You know? So I have to unlearn. No, I don't have to unlearn my logic and common sense. It's not my responsibility for your poor behavior. You have poor behavior and I have to change. I have to unlearn. I have to go to a struggle session because you don't want to stop eating cake. That's when this is when I say go fuck yourself. This is when I say go fuck yourself. Because now you're blaming your bad habits on me. That's unacceptable. I'm not going to take your bad behavior and internalize it as some sort of my failure. That's your failure. That's your fucking problem. Thanks for being a burden to society. Appreciate it. Taking my tax dollars and pissing them down the toilet.
Stereotypes about fat people in order to see us clearly.
Fucking Canadians.
Because you cannot.
You fucking Canadians. You fucking fuck. Fuck yeah! Yeah. Hey, what's all this about, eh? Fucking had to get in a boot in there. Fuck. God damn it. Come on, Canada. Do better. You Canadians know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, sorry. Sorry about that. All right. Sucking on the maple syrup a little too much, eh? Let's go.
Someone's health or their habits or anything about them by simply looking at them.
Play it again.
Habits or anything about them.
Play it
by
again.
Someone's health or their. You cannot tell someone see us clearly. Because you cannot tell someone's health or their habits or anything about them by simply looking at them.
You can't tell someone's habits or anything about them simply by looking at them. This is the grift. You absolutely fucking can. Are you stupid? Yes, you are. You walk into a room and you're in physically good condition. You can tell absolutely everything you need to know about that person's habits and what that person does when they're not in front of you in the room. And I'm not sitting here to pump up my ego, but I go somewhere, people know that I fucking lift weights. They come up to me like, man, you're big. What do you do for? They can tell I lift weights. They can tell I take care of myself because I look like I do. Someone that weighs 400 pounds rolling into a Krispy Kreme, going to the gym and eating quality food and taking care of their health is not the first thing that comes to mind. This is just a lie. It's a cope. So rather than change yourself, she wants to change how I perceive the world because it's too rational for her. And I'm not willing to lie to myself and live a lie because you want to eat cake and you don't want to go and lift some fucking weights. Disgusting.
This is literally what all the books in fucking school teach you, is to not...
Oh, you mean facts? Oh no. Oh no, facts. Oh no. Oh no. Where are my facts? Where are my...
We choose truth over facts.
Judge a book by its cover.
You can judge a book by its cover. You know why? You can't judge the contents, but you can definitely tell if it's 1,000 fucking pages. That's a long fucking book. Holy shit. If you see a book that's 1,000 pages or 1,500 pages, it's either a dictionary or the person does not know exactly how to get their point across. You don't need 1,500 pages to tell a story. I know you're like, oh, you got the Gulag Archipelago. You know, Solzhenitsyn, like, yeah, fine. But it's like 1,000 accounts of different individual stories. It's just like a compilation. It was like, oh, there are, yeah. And those are books like you can you can consolidate some of that shit. You can make you get the point after like the first 10 pages. Like, all right, shit's fucked up. You don't need 1,500 or 2,000 pages. You don't need 3 fucking volumes to get the point across, to explain it. Okay. Painful.
Literally cannot tell if someone is addicted to something by just looking at them.
You can't tell someone. Have you gone down to, what's the place? Is it Kensington or whatever the fuck you call it in Pennsylvania? You could tell what they're addicted to. You can tell what they're addicted to. If I see a morbidly obese person, I don't think they're a crackhead. I don't think they're on meth. You can actually tell most of the time what people are addicted to. You see a morbidly obese person, food and other bad behaviors. You see someone with like no fucking teeth and they're all like, sure, like, yeah, meth. Okay, let's continue.
And if you think that all fat people are addicted to food, then whoa, you are in for a harsh reality when you learn that that's not the case.
Oh, do tell. I bet you she's not going to. She has 7 seconds left. You're in for a harsh reality. Oh, really? Okay. A fat person that's not addicted to food. Bad behaviors. And this is someone who doesn't like, yeah, it's in the phthalates. It's in the plastics. It's in your shower and your Glade plugins and your laundry detergents and your dryer sheets that are covered with wax and parabens and all this kind of shit. Yeah, it's all those things. Deodorants, colognes, fabrics, polyester. It's all those things. All those endocrine disruptors. But it's also the fucking food. Okay.
So if this video is directed at you, please take it. Please think on it. And then go and unlearn some stuff.
What a dumb cunt. What an absolute cunt twat. What a twant. This is the stupidest thing. All you say is like, if you think that all people that are fat are addicted to food, you're in for a harsh reality when you learn that's not the case. Proceeds to say nothing about why that's not the case, because it is the case, and you're a liar. Keep enjoying the grift while you can. You're not going to live more than a few more years. Unfortunately, go to the fucking gym. Join us, swolemembersex.com. Just don't be an annoying twat, and you could join the Swole fam. All right. Punch me in the nuts. Last video, and then we're going to go to the fucking gym. We'll do a throwback for the end of the video. Melissa says, thanks for causing insurance premiums to be astronomical. Indeed. Don't ask how they lost weight. Ah, yes. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want because it's a free fucking country and it kind of isn't now, but I'm still going to, that's even more of the reason to say whatever the fuck I want. So I hope your feelings are hurt because they're none of my business and you're just a soft person and you deserve to be poked and prodded and pushed because you have to break those fucking terrible habits. And I hope your psyche cries. And I hope you cry yourself to sleep. You weak, weak person. Okay, let's go.
Okay, another thing. I didn't think I'd say out loud.
Another thing. I never thought I'd say it out loud. But you don't ask them how they lost weight. God, this fucking accents when you say stupid shit. I like accents, but it's so fucking stupid. It makes it so much worse.
Okay, another thing. I didn't think I'd say out loud. But, you know if someone loses weight, like if you see someone after summer, you see them in school, and you're thinking, oh, okay, they're serving body tea, whatever. I thought we all learned this at like age 13. You shouldn't ask them how they lost weight.
You shouldn't ask them how they lost weight. I think I'm going to. I can't stop eating. Now my neck looks like a vagina. Okay.
You're insane, gold member!
I know that's fat bastard. I don't have the soundboard, but I should get that one.
You shouldn't ask someone how they lost weight. You shouldn't ask them like, oh my god, queen, I need to do that. Like, how do you look so good? Be real. Be real with yourself here. Like, the same way, if somebody gained weight, you wouldn't be like, how'd you gain all that weight? Like, you just wouldn't ask. So,
but you should, but only to hurt their feelings. They know they're fat. Maybe if you called them out on it and we had some public shame, people wouldn't do that. Maybe if you actually called out bad behavior, people would try not to, they wouldn't proceed that direction. But if we're like, no, you're beautiful just the way you are. You go, queen. Yes, queen. You encourage kids to quote unquote change their gender and fuck up their mental health and fuck up their bodies. They're going to do that. You give people positive reinforcement for being disgustingly fat. Guess what they're probably going to do? Continue to be disgustingly fat because they get hashtag body positivity, fat liberation.
If you come into school, you come into work, whatever, and you see somebody has lost loads of weight.
It
doesn't mean they wanted to. It doesn't mean it was healthy. Like,
yep, Ozempic.
What is happening here? Because then as well what happens is somebody will have disordered eating. Somebody asks them.
Someone will have disordered eating. Okay, let me tell you something about disordered eating. If you're obese, you have disordered eating. If you're not obese and you go through a McDonald's drive-thru, you have disordered eating. Come at me, bro. That's a disordered behavior. You have disordered eating, which is like an eating disorder light. That's like Coke Zero of eating disorders. Disordered eating. It's not an eating disorder, but you have disordered eating. Your eating is not in order, but it's not an eating disorder. It's disordered eating. Again, someone mentioned, I mean, this is what George Carlin used to say. It used to be shell shock. Remember that bit? Shell shock. Now it's post-traumatic stress disorder. We just pussify things that actually have an impact and meaning. And then everyone's got post-traumatic stress disorder and blah, blah, blah. And they just keep on adding syllables to it. That was his bit. You keep on adding syllables and just pussifies the actual meaning of the word. Now everyone's got PTSD. Anyone that had any kind of stressful situation, people have PTSD for someone pressuring them when they're in a self-checkout line. Oh my God, you're stressing me out, PTSD, because I was sexually assaulted 25 years ago. And I'm not trying to make light of that. But when you tag everything as PTSD, then everyone's got this fucking disorder. Then everyone gets medicated and everyone plays the victim for the rest of their life. You're a survivor. Move the fuck on. Strengthen yourself and make sure it doesn't happen again. It's a horrible situation, but you don't make progress by saying that you have PTSD and fucking playing the victim. You don't move past it. It's not healthy for you. Life goes on. As much as it sucked beyond belief that Pinkston was missing, if we never got her back again, there would have to be some sort of moving forward. And I'm not saying it's easy, but that's the direction. And people avoid that because it's difficult. So it's unfortunate, but now we call everything PTSD. Everything is PTSD. How many times do you hear that? You don't have PTSD because you went to the bank and someone didn't verify your fucking pronouns. You ass clowns. I'm on fire. Rare form.
Oh my God, how'd you lose all this weight? And then this person with disordered eating, obviously they're not going to say, yeah, I did X, Y, and Z. They're going to say, oh yeah, just going to the gym, healthy eating, whatever. And then this other person is going to have it in their head. Okay, well, if they did it.
If I had that. So what you're talking about are people that are liars. You're talking about liars. You're talking about people that are inauthentic and they fucking lie and they live a lie. So you're talking about one person who's asking, the other person lying, and the other person believing that lie and choosing to live that lie. So you're just talking about a bunch of liars and people that have no fucking integrity. Cool.
Then I can do it. You know what I mean?
No.
I didn't think we'd said this out loud, but we are not asking about people's weights. Not in 2024.
We're not asking other people's weights on 24 laws. Like I said, I love accents. You guys know I love accents. But I will say it again. Scottish, English, Australian. It sounds much more retarded when you say something stupid. If you say something intelligent, it sounds great. And I love it. But you say something stupid, it's absolutely fucking unbearable. Unbearable.
I'm the most wanted man on my island. Except I'm not on my island, of course. More's the pity.
I'm standing by it. I love the accents, but say something intelligent or normal. You say something stupid, it just amplifies it. There's a higher amplitude for those languages, for those accents. The amplitude is much more severe. You say something intelligent, it's whoa, it's way up here versus here. We say something stupid, it's not here, it's all the way down there. It's just broader range.
Asking, oh my God, how are you a skinny legend? You know, if they want to tell you.
If I ever hear someone say skinny legend, I will feel myself punching myself in the dick. Oh, why are you such a skinny legend? Fucking.
That's fine. Like, oh my God, I've been going to the gym, I've been working on myself, whatever. But we're not going to go around asking people how they lose weight. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, don't talk to people. Don't find out information. Don't. What are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
What you just said.
You don't know.
Is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
My God.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Sweet boopers. All right, may God have mercy on your soul. God have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right, let's cleanse the palate. Do we watch these before? Jesus Christ. Oof. Violently offensive. Your face. I choose to be obese. All right, let's check this one. Throwback and then swole card time. Hashtag Swole Storm for a chance to win. Today's swole time.
To be obese as much as I chose to be depressed.
I choose to be obese like I chose to be depressed. Yeah. Now, this is an unpopular opinion, but yeah, most people are choosing to be depressed, not directly. They're not saying, I'm going to be depressed. They're not going to the store and be like, I'll take 3 months of depression, please. Kind of. But all their habits lead to that.
I didn't choose anything. I am fat.
Go to the gym.
Yeah, you fucking bullshit. Stop lying. I'd love to know your habits.
I am currently trying to eat healthier, but...
Trying?
Honestly?
And doing what?
I don't care if I lose weight from that or not, as long as I'm being healthier.
Fuck you, fat boy.
This is what people do so they don't have to fail, okay? I'm trying to be healthier, but I don't care if I lose weight. Convenient, because you're not going to.
You fat fuck.
Oh, Jay and Silent Bob up in the hizzes. All right. All right. I don't know. Your mom's house says, what the fuck is with the facial expressions of this dude? I don't know. No one knows. By the way, there is the Tainty Man, Rufus Tuntimian. Okay. All right. But of course, some gratuitous chorley. Oh, sweet girl. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You get more pets. You get more pets. I love you. We all love you. Everyone's so excited that you're home. Everyone's so excited that you're home. You just get so many loves now. Oh, sweet baby. All right, fam. We have a swole card to give away. Hashtag Swole Storm. Let's give it away right now, lads. Let's get it away. Falcon, kick us off.
I didn't like him anyway. He wasn't right in the head.
I didn't like him anyway. It wasn't right in the head. All right, we got a winner on the Rumble. Jen V. 83. Que rico.
Congratulations.
All right. Jen, send us an email to support@swolenormers.com. Swolcard 3064 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. Congratulations. Felicidades. Send us that email. Good stuff. The Swole Storm is coming. So today, that's what she said. Today, I'm actually, no joke, I am a little bit sore. Well, I'm sore anyway because I did upper body, but no joke because I didn't warm up at all. I just started running around looking for Pinkston. So yesterday, I'm sprinting down the street. I saw, oh man, all the way down the street on like across the intersection, I saw this white thing on the lawn and I sprinted. I mean, I don't know how many feet it was. 500 feet maybe? I don't know how much. I can't tell distances sometimes. Anyway, just full out sprint. And it's on pavement. And I don't really recommend running on pavement, but on the balls of my feet. And I'm sprinting down there and I saw it was a white paper bag. Fuck. I thought it was like her playing in the yard or something like that. So I'm like sprinting all the way down the street that way. And I was doing a lot of running. Mama Swolio too. She has like a blister on her toe and stuff like that. And, you know, when you're panicking and running around, you don't think about that kind of stuff. So today was going to be a leg day, but like my quads are sore. And what's also sore, I don't know if I'm going to do my calves today, but like the tendon at the bottom is just, oh, so I feel it. I might just probably take an extra day off just to heal. I'll probably do a leg day today, but actually do mobility and do like weighted mobility and stuff just to loosen it up. Still the stress from yesterday. want to give my body, because I like to train hard and I prioritize it. So if I can lower the stress and have a kind of a chill day, I don't need like stressful, high intense, sympathetic, like, max out, heavy squats. I'd rather hit it tomorrow during the storm or the day after and take another day off and just kind of chill. Definitely need like a lower intensity day. Just like the fact that it's kind of chill. She's here. It's like, I can have a day where it's like, just kind of like, don't want to have anything intense, but I need to move. But like, I'm just saying, ooh, feeling it. And, yeah. So again, I'm going to keep on talking about it. Find something today to be grateful for, and grateful for everything. There's so many things to be grateful for. And like I said yesterday, just to end on this, because I think it's always important, is I know part of the seven pillars, obviously, community, nutrition, training, mindfulness. You could put this in mindfulness. You could put this in community, but you could even, like, the 8th pillar should be gratitude, but I think you can put that with mindfulness. And like I said yesterday, when it comes to, and I think over the weekend, when I say take care of your fucking health, that episode, I think it was like Sunday or Saturday, you can make all the money in the world. You can buy all these possessions. You can have all the promotions. If you're not healthy, you don't care about any of it. Who cares if you have 5 Ferraris in your garage and you have like a 4,000 square foot mansion? If you're sick and infirm, you can't enjoy it. It doesn't do anything for you. You would love to go back to your 20s and 30s and take care of your health, rather than like, oh, I have all the money in the world, but I need someone to wipe my ass. I'm 65 and I have all these health conditions. So take care of your health. When you're sick, you only want one thing, right? When you're healthy, you have 99 problems. And then when you're unhealthy, I have a card here, but it's when you're unhealthy, you only have one. Oh, here we go. I have it here. I forget who said it. You can Google it, but it says, it's on the wall. It's behind the monitor. When you're healthy, you have 1,000. When you're healthy, you have 10,000 needs. When you're sick, you only have one. So when you're healthy, you have 10,000 needs. When you're sick, you only have one. You need to be healthy, or you want to be healthy. You wish you were healthy. So like today, I can go back to like, oh my God, I have this, the app's not ready and the posting. And it's like, I really don't care. I don't care about like the gym, right? There's a storm coming, the wind, I'm going to cover them. Maybe the canopies rip. It's like yesterday, like I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a fuck. Let them flood. It's just water. Like I didn't care. Didn't care about thinking about eating and training. Just didn't care about anything. Podcast. I just didn't care about anything. Just wanted her back. So missing her, it's like, that's the only thing that I wanted. So like today, just to go back and worry about the news and stuff like that, like that's always crazy. And I separate myself from that. I'm not getting all worked up. I'm just controlling what I can control. You got guns, you got ammo, I got food, I got water. It's like, what else are you going to do? Right. I'm not, you do what you can. You want to be aware and make proper decisions when you can, and create the options for you having as many choices as possible, as much maneuverability and adaptability. Like Mark was saying in his comments lately, I want to be more adaptable. That's the idea. You want to make sure that you stay adaptable. That's called evolution on a grander scale. But even on a micro scale during your life, being adaptable is going to help you adapt to situations. So when things go rough, you want to have your North Star. You want to have as many things as controlled as possible. And that's right. It's called life. And I know so many people were in the situation that I was in yesterday that didn't get their puppers back or their child. And it's like, just a newfound respect for people that go through that. But of course, they still have to find a new normal. But it just gives me the opportunity. I'm glad that it happened, to be honest. And I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that it was compressed into like 6 hours. I'm glad it was, I'm glad. I think one of the things that I'm most grateful for, not aside from her coming back, was that it didn't go through today, because we wouldn't have slept. And like laying in bed and hearing the rain come down, because it was like heavy rain, and thinking that she's out there under a car, like cold and wet and like hiding and afraid, makes me nauseous. So, I'm grateful for the lesson, and I'm, because it turned out well, but it's a lesson nonetheless. But yeah, it's a lesson you have to be taught twice. You have to be taught twice. But when it comes down to that, right, that's the only thing that I wanted. I didn't care about any other stuff. So it really shows me from that situation what was possible, or what's most important. Same thing. Rufus, he ran away once a long time, but it was like 15 minutes. And I found him licking his dick, like where I normally walk him. He's like laying there on this like swale, where palm trees are. So I immediately went exactly where I usually walk him. I'm like, he's probably going to go towards places where he knew. And he did. And I'm driving around in my truck. I'm like, oh. And he's just licking his dick. And he's like, hey, I know you. What's up, dude? And I was like, what am I going to do? Get upset? Dogs don't remember shit like that long term. And so anyway, it didn't last long enough. This was enough time where we called like animal control and the local police and the local like animal rescue, and people were canvassing and other people were looking around. The neighbors were all looking around and combing the area. So I'm just grateful that I didn't go over through a night. It didn't go overnight because again, hearing like this, hearing the rain coming down. And again, like I said, it was the not knowing. Fortunately, someone found, and took her, and even overnight, fortunately, she would have been in the rescue. Like she was already there. That happened outside of our control, but we wouldn't have known. And if her friends, like she made the missing poster and she posted it, and both of her friends, just so you guys know, maybe if it happens to you, she posted it on, I guess, that Ring network or the Ring next door or whatever it was called. But I guess like the Ring, like the camera system from Amazon, there's like a network where you post it on there and it alerts people in the local area that are on like that app or that have that. So it just kind of like pings everyone and they see that and whatever. So, and two of her friends. So it really showed us like the amount of people, not just all the comments from all of you. I know you guys all were sending thoughts and prayers and stuff like that. It's like, what else can you do, right? If you're not local, but all of our neighbors on the street, it was really sweet. I'll tell you a story because we're closing off, but it's good. It was a good story of human nature and, good people. Everyone was like looking and everyone followed up. She was texting like from the end of the street over. We had a couple of neighbors. One of them brought over some fruit, like, hey, and she didn't know that Pinky was found. My next door neighbor, she brought over some like peaches and some grapes and brought some fruit. Our neighbor brought over some avocados, and everyone today were down the, by the road, like they all drive up and they were stopping in their cars. Oh, you found her. I'm so glad. And everyone was, so it was really nice that, our local area, everyone was like checking in and seeing if we found her. And they're really glad. And they're like, oh, I had everyone I knew were out driving around looking. So it was really nice. And especially the person that found her, she saw her in the road and stopped traffic and left to drop her and literally specifically drove her. And it was probably like 10 miles away, maybe more, 15 miles. So she actually got a pretty far distance because the girl we didn't have the flyers up yet. So, and she specifically looked up a no-kill shelter or a no-kill rescue. So that's why she brought her kind of far away. It was near where she lived. She knew it and she was aware of the place. So, and it was specifically because it was a no-kill. She didn't want to bring her to a rescue or a shelter that was, you never know. So we're really grateful for that. And everyone in the comments, like paw boost and these other things. So anyway, if anything happens, that was an option. I don't know exactly what it's called. I don't know if it was Ring Network, but the security system, but there's a whole network, whether it was called Nextdoor. I don't know if that's associated or the same thing. I was hearing a lot of different names yesterday of different apps and stuff. But what was the girl's name? I forget. I was giving a shout out, but two friends, Ring Neighborhood, right? So two friends posted it. So all of our friends online on Facebook were posting and everywhere. So we really moved fast and everyone really helped. So we had two different people posting on the Ring Neighborhood. And then, like I said yesterday, the girl that found the dog, her friend got that notification and saw that. And then because that notification had, a contact number, and then Mama Swolio gets a text saying like from someone, hey, I think my friend found your dog, because her friend, I guess I texted her, like, I found this dog, and the girls said, like, saw the note and then kind of connected her with her friend. And then, she's like, I dropped her off here. Here's the number. And it was really great. Everything down to the shelter and the rescue, who the girl had like 10 minutes to go to class and instead decided to take her all the way down to this no-kill rescue. And that rescue center was nice enough to write her a note, excusing her, explaining what happened. So she would get, excused from class and stuff like that. It was really nice all around. It was really very nice and supportive. And it was really nice to know that, especially our local area and our street came together and was really looking and cared. So that was nice. So there was positives, you know, not only the fact that it ended up okay, but it was a really nice refresher, and to see that there are, you know, good people. And you hear all the, of course, all the crazy stuff that we talk about on the podcast and all the shit that we hear. It's nice to be reminded that they're the individual person. You know, there are a lot of people out there that want to do good things and will help. And, yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Like everyone across the board, it was just, everyone was really, really responsive and really nice. Even the animal investigative unit that came by, they were so nice, and they came back and they were, you know, she gave Mama Swolio her actual number, like the cop, so she could text her because she knew she'd want to keep in communication. So I actually gave her her personal number. They were texting back and forth. So it was really nice. And that was the crazy thing, was the not knowing. So fortunately that all that, the timing, and it was just, I'm just, again, going back to that original point, I'm just glad it didn't lead to overnight and not knowing in the dark and just thinking that she's out there, and just, you know, whether she got hit or not knowing was just the worst part. No closure. So, and I think that's oftentimes when kids and things go missing, it's a lot of times that's the worst part. It's like, you don't know. There's no finality to it. It's open loop. And like, are they okay? Like, you just, you know, so time to go to the fucking gym. Indeed. Congratulations, Jen. And thank you everyone again for the support. Just wanted to put that out there. And even if you guys all know where your puppers are and nothing like that happens, is currently happening to you right now, which is great, use this as maybe an example, and maybe take this as like real appreciation. You know, don't make the same mistake. Keep your eye on your puppers and your pets and kids and all that stuff. And yeah, take a moment to use that as like some leverage for some gratitude that I feel. And it's hard to impart that, but there's always something positive and there's a lesson to be learned. So I'm kind of actually, because it turned out, I'm actually kind of glad that it happened, because it was a good experience considering it turned out positively. So there's no other way to think about it as a good experience. Lesson learned. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate it. So glad Pinky is back. She is back, and she got her beef. So anyone that's like, aww, you're not really giving her kale. Of course not. I gave her as much beef as she wanted, and she cleaned her bowl. So she's gonna get some more beef tonight. And I said she wasn't going to go outside until 2025, but she went outside yesterday. I'm going to take her out again a little bit. So she's on parole, but she's strict supervision. She's on parole, but strict supervision. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, I forgot to mention earlier, but most of you guys know that already. You were saying that on the way out. You're like, hey, we'll see you tomorrow at the round table. Tomorrow, round table 77. You know, it should be fine in terms of the wind. It's going to be windy and rainy. Like there's a storm coming, but you know, on the Zoom call, if my internet goes out, should be fine with cell service. But if it doesn't, you know, you guys can carry on without me if I get cut off or I have bad reception or something like that. So hopefully it's all right. But if there was a show tomorrow, I don't know, it would probably be getting fucked up. I have to do it in the morning, but it's going to be windy. Hopefully no power out, whatever, but it should be good. And tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, tomorrow, round table 77, Thursday, September 26th. And I'm supposed to get my beard and my hair trimmed up. But if it's really nasty, I might not be, I don't want to drive, but I think it's supposed to be bad, like highest wind midday. I don't think it's supposed to be super rainy though, but the wind is supposed to be pretty gnarly. So anyway, yep. And the fact that we found her, because if we had a storm with the wind and if we didn't know where she was, oh my God, be going nuts. So give your puppers or pets. You got dogs or cats, give them some love and appreciate and be grateful that they are safe and sound. And we'll see you tomorrow at the round table. Join us, swolenormousx.com. Check out the Beetlejuice merch, papaswolio.com. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Buy two, get two, 50% off. Buy three, get three, 50% off. Buy 49, get 49% off. Wow. Can you believe that? papaswolio.com. Thanks for being here, Beaches, and we'll see you tomorrow at La Mesa en el Círculo. Round table 77. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making